morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Glam and Jay. It is Tuesday. It is January 24th, 2018. This month is flying by. I have been doing a lot of soul searching, meaning if I really wanted to do the next part of this whole vlogging thing, I have been debating on doing this, but and I guess me seeking, questioning, me praying on it, I got my answer. And my answer is, and what is she talking about? Hold on just for a moment. This whole new thing that I'm going to be creating is, like I stated, Ask Glam and Jay, is questions that I have been asked over the years. I've had a lot of people come to me and say, I don't know what to do or what direction to go. There is something that about me that some know about me and some is coming to find out. How do I put it? And this is very delicate for me because I don't want to be misunderstood. Every one of you, every single one of you have received a gift when you were born. And as the gift you receive, it can be anything in your life. And that could be something spiritually, like talent kind of situation. Everyone has been given the gift of like that gut feeling of, I knew something was wrong with you, or I should have called. And there's some individuals out there where they have the gift of hearing things that are not there, if that makes sense, like spirits and stuff like that. I'm very careful what I say because I don't want to offend anybody. And this is my reality, if that makes sense. Growing up at age 30, I knew I was different. I've always been different. I hate the word different. I've been unique. I try to use the word unique. I'm very unique. God has given me many, many gifts. And you might, Jay, just split it out. Just say it. It's scary. It's scary coming out to people that don't know. I'm comfortable for the ones who do know and the ones I've assisted. And I've helped Janet. I've helped Lisa. I've helped many people. Many, many, many people out there. Receiving the gift of what you classify like a medium or a translator or a messenger or I don't like labels, but I use labels all the time. I was called out on it recently. Been given the gift of able to communicate for the ones who have passed over, or the sense of knowing something had happened in the past, or had worked on a cold case of someone who was killed, murdered. Knowing the details, seeing the details before even it being presented to you. Helping a lady at a blood drive, knowing what had happened and what was said and giving her names and stuff like that. It was very, very scary, if that makes sense. Some people thrive on it and they make a business out of it. Some people are being taken advantage of because of the gifts they're taking. What will happen to me, or what do you see? And there was a time in my life, I'm going to be very honest, is that my self-esteem was so low that I thrived on anything as attention, and I used my gift for acceptance. And I was called the Ghost Whisperer at one time because I was able to communicate to that world, if that makes sense, if I'm making sense to you. How can Jay have this and she believes in God? I used to have a paranormal team called KPSRS. Kansas Paranormal Research Society, Spirit Research Society. And I had a hell of a team. And we would go out and do investigations. And we had the best EVPs, if that makes sense, in that world, if you've ever been in that world, of what's being brought back on a recorder, if that makes sense. But being attacked physically and mentally, it got to me. And what really opened up my eyes, and where I put my shield up, where I was very, I said I'm done, is when I was physically attacked and when my team co-partners were being attacked. I had to remove myself because it is another world, if that makes sense. There is going to be a video that will be on my channels that you can see that I've done years ago. I had helped a young man, Seth, and he was learning editing movies through his high school, and he did a superb job, and he had used me as a topic, meaning the unknown, the paranormal, the spirit world, that kind of thing. And I was very, very happy how the video turned out. So it gives you a little idea of who I am. So you can look on that. I'll probably attach it to this one. It's very refreshing, but very scary to come out, they say, the closet, and say who I am. The reason why I stopped is I was, after being attacked and attacked and attacked and physically attacked. I mean, you got marks on you or you're being physically pushed. That's a very dark world, in a world that you don't want to. It happens, you know, even though you could be the most religious individual out there, and you know, it's not really religion, it's your faith, if that makes sense. It comes down to it where I was watching the movie The Passion, and there was a scene in there that just like, I don't know if it was God that was trying to say to me, you need to step back. You are abusing your gift. You need to step back. And it was a scene where Christ was carrying the cross before he was hung, and he was looking into the crowd, and there was the devil walking and mocking him. And I always felt I had to seek it out. I always felt like I had to prove that it was there, that I am and who I am, and I have this gift, and I don't have to seek it out. Everything negative is going to be there. It's going to attack you. And you've got to have a strong faith, knowing that God is going to protect you if you utilize the shield, the armor, the sword. You have to believe in the word. It's faith. So me shutting that down, and I had closed that door. It was very difficult because people kept on coming to me and asking for assistance of, will you help me? My friend had lost a family member. Can you translate? Can you deliver a message? Can you deliver a message? There are times where you're walking in public and you're being tagged on. It's like you need to deliver a message from someone, and it's really scary when you walk up to a complete stranger and saying, this person, who this individual is, because I don't know him, and I deliver the message, and they're like, their mouth drops, and it's like, and it's, you don't know what their reaction's going to be, good or bad. Perfect example, I had experienced a situation, and I don't mean to get emotional, but it's reality. This is raw and reality who I am. And I experienced something, and I wanted to help this young girl of a loss of a father, and knowing what, you know, thinking that I was doing the right thing, and no. It was my ego. I had to learn, and I learned the hard way because I never, ever, ever wanted to hurt anybody. And that's one reason why I had shut down. And slowly, the gift is something coming back. And I have people who love me and respect me. They're afraid to come and sing, Jay, I need some assistance. I need to ask you, and I hate to ask you. And I'm saying, I needed you to come to me. I already knew. And I knew details, and I would say something or text something. And knowing that I had validated something that was going on, not knowing the situation, is knowing that God is working through me, and that I was able to assist them, if that makes sense. So it's not about me. It's God communicating through me to them to deliver a message that could lighten someone who's lost somebody, or there's a situation they should be aware of, or there's a message that needs to be delivered. So, yeah, that's me. That's Glamour J. That is me. My children know, my family knows, some people really know because they've experienced. And now you know. And I hope you understand. Every one of you have a gift. Every one of you is given something for you to, some of you just shut it down because you're just like, I'm not dealing with that. You have to become mature enough, or I shouldn't say mature enough, to have the faith to understand it's not you. Don't become vain. Don't have that ego. It's not you. It's Him working through you. And since I learned that, it's been much better and healthier. And I hear, how did you know? How did you know? Now you know. So, yeah. Something about this is going to be put on my health of the day of Sunday, but it will be uploaded today, I hope. If it's not too long, it won't be too long. So watch the attached video. See who I am. I don't have black and white. It's gray. I see, I hear, and certain times I smell, if that makes sense. If anyone's been watching my vlogs, that makes sense. So, yeah. A little bit about Glamour J. And that is the new category that I'm going to be covering. You'll be seeing more and more of this. Questions that I've been asked, things I have done. It's not always going to be dealing with the gifts. It's going to be dealing with how I handle situations. What people have asked me, what would you do, or how would you handle it? And I've been very blessed to been able to counsel. I'm not licensed. I don't have a degree, but I do have a lot of what's the right word? Experience. It's amazing. And if you build that trust and you listen, believe me, you're able to hear what's being said, and you can allow them to help themselves, if that makes sense. It says a lot about a character. I love you guys. I thank you. I hope you sat and listened and heard what the scary thing I was about, that I did tell you. Yes, Glamour J is unique. I am very, very unique. But I'm very, very blessed. And it's a daily thing that I go through. A daily thing that I go through. And it's always revolving. And you too. You're okay. You're safe. Come back and visit. I love you. Remember, be good to yourself. Be good to others, because we just don't know what battle they're fighting today. Listen, they might just need to be heard. The neighborhood is barking. They're saying goodbye. I love you. Bye. Love you, Mama J.